Ah, AI slop thumbnails. 18,000 subscribers. And an amazing collection of shorts. Beards destroyed in 8 moves.
Do you want to see how to smash the pit's defense in just 8 moves? This exact line comes straight out of my Goring Gambit course.
Ah, and they're offering a course. Excellent. This is Chessbootcamp. I've seen bad YouTube channels. I've seen YouTube channels that scam their audiences, but I've never seen one this incredibly blatant. Chessbootcamp membership. Oh boy. First month is just $9. Wow. Live group training. Archive access. Incredible value. At only $49 per month for full access. For 10 plus hours of live group training sessions. Bot battles. Based growth plan. And you might be thinking, Red Panda, why are you going after this guy? Is a grandmaster not allowed to make money? Well, this guy isn't quite a grandmaster. His rating is 1572 blitz, 1791 rapid, 1100 bullet. Let's look at his blitz graph. That's the thing he plays the most. Oh look, he has been stuck at around like 1500, 1600 for about since like 2023, so for about 3 years now. At only $49 a month for full access. This guy is offering $59 per month coaching sessions with the promise that he will give you the training you need to reach the next level, while he himself has barely improved over the past 4 years. That's why this guy is outright scamming his audience. And by the way, if that wasn't enough to convince you that this guy sucks, recently he's been offering program thingy that will give you amazing statistics like move number and stung, move time versus frequency. And I hear you thinking like, oh, that is cute. It is worthless, by the way. Don't even think for a second that anyone's ever learned anything from these statistics. This is not how chess improvement works. You solve positions, you do the training exercises, that's how you improve. You don't improve by learning that like, oh, against the Carol Khan I only have a 51% win rate compared to my average of 54%. It's not how learning works. If you want to actually improve, practice. But you might be thinking, okay, that's cute. Why are you bullying him over this? It costs you $150. Personalized diagnosis, identifying your recurring error patterns with clear work-ons and support in studies, delivered through a series of 3 times 60-minute sessions. 3 sessions for $150. Do you know how expensive this is? Let's dive through the pile of AI slop. The secret to winning at chess.
My blitz career. So this is all time, so going back to middle of 2017, 1100. And you can see the basic trend is pretty good. You know, I accelerate.
No, I'm sorry. It is fine to not improve at chess. Of course it's fine. But to someone selling courses, this is horrible. This is a graph of someone who does not take chess seriously. You are improving very slowly by playing games, but apart from that, no.
Let's go down to 90 days and see what's happened in the last 90 days.
Nothing. A flat line.
So in fact, let's do it for a year.
Oh yeah, because we gotta show some improvement. Also, nothing.
So I was just scraping 1600 every now and again, and then I'd drop.
In a year, it's went from 1611 to 1653. Buy my $150. AI data miner.
And look at this recently, right? From November, December, just 1500, and then boom, boom,
and
boom, boom.
And a drop.
Right? Maintaining a level of. Now I.
What are you on about? And now, at the moment, you're back to 1500. Why is he even advertising this as a selling point? See, I created Sia, and in the span of a year, I went from 1611 to 1650. It only would have costed me $150. And that's the one good thing I'll say about this guy. Despite how scammy he is, he's a really bad salesman. So
really realizing that when I lose, or when I should win and I get a draw or whatever, that this is not really down to my level of chess knowledge, because when I play a good game, I can play at 2000 level.
Oh no, oh my goodness, my man. No, you're not. He absolutely doesn't have the chess knowledge. You know what, let's give him the absolute benefit of doubt. Let's look at a rapid game. Let's look at a rapid game in which he played really well at 91% accuracy. Definitely good performance. I hate game review on chess.com. Oh, his game rate was he's playing at 2300 level. The guy is 23. No, it's not. This number is a flattery machine and nothing else. Let's look through his game, you know. Listen, it's not down to chess knowledge. e5 is a horrible anti-positional move that tells me you do not have the necessary chess knowledge. Like, I am sorry, no 2000 ELO player should play the move pawn to e5 here. Why not? First of all, we're in the opening. Why are we not developing material and getting castles? Why are we making center spawn moves? That's also not a threat. If I just develop, then takes... What? Nothing. That's not a threat. In fact, after takes, maybe 95 is even better. So, no need to push. Chess is a concrete game. Why would you push? Well, after we push in the line with bishop e5, now we want a knight on e5. After we pushed a pawn to e5, that is always out of the option. So we're limiting the scope of our own pieces. We're also weakening the central light squares. This can become important. How can it become important? Very typical plan in both the French and more commonly the Caro-Kann is to put a knight on the f5 square via one of these maneuvers. And in order to have it not be kicked out, you need to play h5. This move is 100% down to not having the chess knowledge. And I don't even get why it's a candidate move, because like I said, develop your pieces. It is not complicated at all. But okay, let's keep going through the game. We take, and then we castle, and we're losing. So this happens to be the best move. I'll be honest, if you don't find the right continuation, this move sucks. We're giving up our bishop for a knight, no reason. What's the right continuation? d4. How do I know this? Because of my pool of chess knowledge. In the opening, we strike at the center, we develop, and we castle. So this is how you do thinking in chess. You play in here the move takes, which just coincidentally happens to be good, but not finding the correct follow-up tells me that you suck at chess. You do not have the necessary chess knowledge. And I'm not even saying that from the level like, hey, a chess master would play better. No, no, no. You're not at the 2000 ELO level. To be fair, you're not even at the 1800 ELO level playing those kinds of moves. Don't buy courses from this dude. Everything you've been told about chess improvement is wrong. Parts 1, 2, and 3. I'll be honest, I tried watching part 1. It is so boring. So we're gonna go through it quickly.
Everything you've been told about chess improvement is wrong.
What have we been told about chess improvement? The best way to improve at chess is solve positions, train tactics and calculations, study positional chess, study endgames, mostly from like excellent classical literature. Always analyze your own games and play in long-time controls to learn the most. These are the basics of chess improvement. Tell me why it's wrong, please, because we've been doing this for, honestly, from like the 13th century onwards.
I would describe myself as an adult improver.
You're an adult stagnator.
And I've played over 34,000 games.
34,000 games. I know that isn't a lot over the span of 6 years, but for this little improvement, my guy, hire a chess coach, please.
My rating's actually gone up almost 150 points in the last 7 days, and the reason that I attribute that growth.
The growth he's talking about is from here to here. But if you look a little bit back, you see he also went from here down and then back to where he was previously. So, you know what your problem is. Unironic advice. You don't know enough about chess. Because this isn't a one-off game. Like, every game of his that I can go through will have horrible moments in them. Let's look at a game he lost, right? Blitz game, 5 minutes. Why are we analyzing blitz games? Because he only really plays blitz. Alright, so let's go through the game real quick. Completely winning positions. Up on the clock. So what happens? 95. But I attacked the queen. Okay, queen retreats. I mean, tell me that bishop g5 and then like this plan of trapping the queen a6 h5 is so common. You see this in so many openings. For example, there is a particular nonsense line with like, I think it was queen f6. Knight c3, pawn c6. Here we have the exact same idea. Queen d4. And if here the opponent plays bishop e7, look, pawn h4, h6, pawn h5. You do not understand attacking chess. This is a problem of chess knowledge. Anyway, look at the #1 chess improvement.
So the biggest thing of all, of what I've realised in the last couple of months, is this #1 myth of chess improvement.
What is
and
it?
It's going to seem very weird.
Please, Chessbootcamp, bestow your knowledge upon us.
But I think it all hinges on this one main thing, and it's this. That the best way to get better at chess is not to get better at chess.
Thank you. Who propagated the myth that the best way to improve is to not improve? What?
I know it sounds really, really weird, but
I know I sound crazy, but I promise you they're the crazy ones. I'm not crazy. Dude.
I think actually, the opposite is true, right? Not getting better at chess is important. So
I think the opposite is true. Not getting better at chess is important. Thank you, Chessbootcamp. So yeah, it goes into all the statistics. Prospect, quiet position, sigma, percentage versus peer speed. 2 good moves, 3 good moves. This is garbage. I'm sorry, you're not gonna learn anything from this. The best way to get better at chess is to get better at gameplay. Question, do strong players make mistakes? Yes. The fastest improvement comes from making fewer known mistakes.
if you want to improve at chess fast, then the fastest
Something you can't do.
improvement isn't going to come from learning more about chess. It's to come from not making so many mistakes that you know are mistakes.
$150 for this, by the way. The best way to improve at chess is to play better chess, not make mistakes. And apparently, in order to do that, you don't need to do any studying. I mean, come on. Who needs to be taught this? He's gonna talk about all the myths. The first myth is studying chess. It's not a thing you can do. I love looking at Nietzsche. What?
Studying chess. Okay. And this is really about improving your knowledge of the game. Improving your skill level, for most of us, won't actually fix most of your errors.
Why is he telling people to not study? It is really important for your overall growth that you study. That was myth number 1. You shouldn't study chess.
Number 2, I know. Now, there'll be people spitting their cornflakes at their screens at this point in time. Puzzles, I know.
Let me spit out my cornflakes. I forgot, I don't have a webcam. This joke is pointless.
Myth number 3, watching strong players. And this
Yes, here he has a point. If you're rated 1500, studying Magnus and Hikaru's games doesn't help you at all. That being said though, for a lot of people, study Morphy first, then Capablanca, then Elekeen. But with everything, just watching what we're all eating popcorn, not good enough. You need to be an active participant in the learning process. Watching chess players like this? No, but that's not even a myth. No one claims that. Playing more, as opposed to what? Playing less. It has diminishing returns. If you go from 1 game a week to 1 game a day, you'll improve quicker. But if you go from 10 games a day to 11 games a day, that is not a big difference at all. Probably the best thing is to play like 2 or 3 games and then analyze them extensively. Analysis, really.
Again, what I'm talking about here is reviewing individual games. You finish a game, you hit game review if you're on chess.com or computer.
Don't hit game review. No, that sucks. Think for yourself. I have a video on this.
And it shows you done screwed up. You blundered here. You made a mistake there. There were so many inaccuracies, so many misses.
No, but what you're just describing isn't analysis. Analysis. You know, let's do like the bare minimum of research, okay? Analysis. Definition. Analysis, noun, the separation of an intellectual or material whole into its constituent parts for individual study. What does game review do? Oh, that was wrong. Oh, okay, what should I have done? Oh, okay. Oh, that was wrong. We should, okay. That's not analysis. I'll grab this game again. Turn off that engine. Go through the moves. Let's say at this point you were out of book. You were thinking about multiple moves. You were thinking 95, which is what you played. You were thinking about castling. And then you break it down. And in chess, we look at forcing move. Checks, captures, threads. Do we have such moves? Not a lot of good ones, but there's bishop g5. This develops with tempo. Was this maybe a better move than 95? And then you go through the game like that. Always write down your own analysis. If in this position you played bishop g5, if you calculated this sequence, write it down. And then at the end, you came to a conclusion. Write it down. Be like, I thought didn't give quite much. And then, you know, you've done all this analysis. Then what we do, we turn on the analysis. We turn off the engine lines. The point of analysis is to do the thinking for yourself. Then we go through the game again and we see if we missed any big swings in the eval bar. Like, for example, let's say during our analysis here, we actually see it goes from about +6 to +3. So we missed a better move. Can I find a better move here? Don't just be like, oh, what if we put pressure on the knight? No. What if we take the pawn? No. What if we move the knight? No. Don't do that. Look at this position and then think about it. Let's say queen c5 is your first candidate move, attacking the knight. Figure it out. Is there a defense? Queen c5. Is that like 96? Counter-attacking the queen? We can take. That doesn't look very promising for black. So maybe... And that's how you learn. And then, you know what? Maybe you're like, no, queen c5 is the best move. Darn it, it's not. If you really can't figure out, Then you can look at the engine and you can like, oh, I missed the tactic. And then what you do, you turn off that engine again and you go, okay, knight f7. Why is this good? Look at concrete lines. Rook takes. Okay, there is this and there's a pit. Oh, and that's how you learn in chess. That's how you analyze a game. You're separating an intellectual whole into its constituent parts for individual study. You don't click on game review and let the computer do the thinking for you. Your little SIA thing does the exact same. It just outsources the thinking. You're not analyzing, you're not improving. Everything you've been told about chess improvement is wrong. You're confusing the whole thing. You are pandering to get people to buy into a product that they don't need while telling them actual good ways to improve are bad. Why would you do that? I know why. For money. You are making chess improvement more confusing. You're scamming your audience. You're offering a service that they don't need while telling them that actual good advice is bad.
It's particularly helpful if you're really good.
Oh, it's only helpful if you're really good. If you suck, it's not. How are you supposed to get really good? By analyzing your games, by studying chess, by practicing with puzzles, and not by paying a 1500 rated Blitz player $150 to give you a promise and a product that he himself can't even get for him. And then finally, he ends the series on this graphic. There is no one. Best way to improve. And if I may give you one tidbit of knowledge, roses are red, violets really aren't blue. Who made that up? If someone is selling a Chessable course, then they are lying to you. Thanks for watching. By the way, YouTube thinks you liked this video. Maybe give it a watch. I worked hard on it and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.